marching band, you're going to come up and get the plaque and take the picture.
Good evening, and thank you for attending this evening's meeting of the Cinnaminson Township Board of Education. I will now call the meeting to order at 7:02 p.m. Please join members of the board in a moment of silence. Please stand for the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will now call the roll. Juliana Della Penna.
My name is Juliana Della Penna. I am Vice President of CMS Student Council. I'm involved in National Junior Honor Society, Yearbook Club, dance, and tennis.
Evan Bavona.
My name is Evan Bavona, and I'm a student council representative. I participate in NJHS and play trumpet in our Cinnaminson Middle School's band. Outside of school, my hobby is playing hockey.
Gavin Lane.
My name is Gavin Lane, and I'm the treasurer for Cinnaminson Middle School. I'm involved in National Juniors Honor Society, and I play soccer and basketball for our school.
Ben Campbell.
My name is Ben Campbell. I'm a student council representative, and I play baseball for CMS.
Noah Bundy.
My name is Noah Bundy. I'm the Board of Education liaison, and I like to play lacrosse and flag football for Cinnaminson. I'm a National Junior Honor Society member, and I play soccer for the middle school.
Sonita Sun.
Hi, my name is Sunita Sun. I am the secretary of Cinnaminson Middle School Student Council team. I'm involved in NJHS, play lacrosse for the school, and I play volleyball for Jersey Juniors.
Raina Feely.
My name is Raina Feely. I'm a representative on Student Council. I'm involved in National Junior Honor Society and soccer, cross country, and track.
Killian Walsh.
My name is Killian Walsh. I'm a representative on student council. I'm involved in National Junior Honor Society, and I play soccer and wrestle for CMS.
Lukey Kulik.
My name is Lukey Kulik, and I'm a representative for Student Council. I participate in baseball for CMS.
Kai Quigley. My name is Kai Quigley, and I'm the 8th grade class president. I'm in the National Junior Honor Society, and I'm the quarterback for the junior high varsity football team.
Roll call. Mr. Kenny?
Here.
Ms. Blyson?
Here.
Mr. Bromhall?
Here.
Mr. Evans?
Here.
Ms. Iacone?
Here.
Mr. Meeker?
Here.
Ms. Trompe? Ms. Tops?
Here.
Ms. Fitzwater here.
Public announcement by President. Statement is hereby made that adequate notice of this meeting was given by submission of said notice to the Burlington County Times, the Courier Post, the Cinnaminson Township Clerk, and the district website. There will not be an executive session at this time. Sonita Sun, would you please request the approval of the routine business of the business administrator?
Thank you, Mr. Quigley. I recommend the approval of the following routine business. 4A, Board Secretary's Report for September 2024. 4B, Treasurer's Report for September 2024. 4C, Receipts and Appropriation Adjustments for September 2024. 4D, Monthly Transfer Report for the month of September 2024. 4E, High School Activities Reports for October 2024. 4F, Monthly Food Service Management Costs, Performance Statements for October 2024. 4G, Certified Bill List. 4H, Approval of Minutes for Regular October 15, 2024, Confidential October 15, 2024.
Thank you, Ms. Sun. Juliana Della Penna, may I have a motion to accept the above reports?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Della Penna. Evan Bavona, may I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Bavona. Are there any questions regarding the routine business reports of the business administrator? Hearing none, members of the board, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Kenny, can I have a motion to approve Section 4, routine business items A through H?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Evans. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Ms. Topps?
Aye.
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 Aye, motion approved. You got it.
Gavin Lane, would you please request a resolution to approve the routine business of the superintendent?
Thank you, Mr. Quigley. I recommend the approval of the following routine business of the superintendent. 5A, enrollment report for November 15, 2024. 5B, health report for October 2024. 5C, a fire alarm report for October 2024. 5D, crisis drill report for October 2024. Now we will have the superintendent's report led by Killian Walsh.
On behalf of the Board of Education, I would like to thank all of you for attending tonight's regular board meeting. My name is Killian Walsh, and I will be reading the superintendent's report this evening. This meeting, we recognize Youth and Board Governance Day. Today, my colleagues and I had a chance to visit Memorial School and learn about district operations. Also, last month, a group visited the Cinnaminson Township building to learn about township governance. These practices in civics education are a highlight in the district, and many thanks to Ms. Linda Colella and Mrs. Allison Pallett for organizing these efforts. As we approach the quarter mark of the school year, there are many great things to reflect back upon. November 18th through 22nd is American Education Week. This is a chance for us all to reflect on the wonderful educators we have here in Cinnaminson. Also, it's a chance for parents to catch a glimpse of their child's day with a visitation to their classroom. ERS parent visitation will be November 20th, and NAS parent visitation is November 21st. We would like to take an opportunity to recognize the students and staff from Cinnaminson Middle School who held the annual Veterans Day ceremony and breakfast on November 1st. Thank you to the numerous community veterans and members of the local VFW who attended the distinguished ceremony. Congratulations to the Rush School Students of the Month: Camille Chatley in 3rd grade, Seamus Cullen in 4th grade, Molly Moore in 5th grade, and Adam Irons as our specialist nomination. Congratulations to Rebecca Craney, who was named the New Albany Elementary School Staff Member of October. As a point of reminder to parents and the board, both New Albany and Rush schools are preparing to host parent-teacher conferences. Conferences will take place from December 3rd through 6th for grades K through 2, and December 4th through 6th for grades 3 to 5. NAS will run a single session schedule during that week, and ERS will run a single session every day except for Tuesday, December 3rd, which will be a regular full-day schedule. We are excited to offer some important construction updates at this time. Mr. Tyndall and the team from the Facilities Department are hard at work preparing the Child Study Team Annex at Colonial Square, and the in-house work is being done to prepare for a December move-in. Once the Child Study Team moves out, the construction will begin on the next phase of preschool expansion. We are happy to announce that the district will open 2 new preschool classrooms by February 1st. Parents should be on the lookout for communication from the superintendent and the early childhood administrator announcing the opening of 30 new mid-year pre-K seats. A lottery for spots will take place ahead of winter recess. Finally, the new learning cottages at New Albany School and Rush School have been delivered and are currently being outfitted. We expect classroom space to open for students in the next couple of weeks once the exterior work has been completed. Again, thank you to Mr. Tyndall and his team who are completing a significant portion of the work utilizing district staff. We are excited to open room for a new STEM lab and music room at New Albany, as well as a STEM lab and project challenge space at Eleanor Rush School. Mr. Quigley, that concludes the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Mr. Walsh. Ben Campbell, may I have a motion to accept the above reports?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. Noah Bundy, may I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Bundy. Are there any questions regarding the routine business reports of the superintendent? Hearing none, members of the board, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Bromhall, can I have a motion to approve Section 5 routine matters, items A through E?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Topps. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Mr. Meeker?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion approved.
Next on the agenda is a report from High School Representative Alex DeFilippo.
The
The Golden Apple Award for October was presented to Mr. Brian Bacon by junior Kim Mason. The athletes of the month for October are sophomore Julia Harvey and junior Jake Wickersham. The students of the month for October are the following: Class of 2025, Emma Nagel. Class of 2026, Tamaya Pottinger. Class of 2027, Rebecca Peterson. Class of 2028, Sean McCormick. Fall sports teams seasons have ended and winter sports teams have started their interest meetings. The varsity football team finished its 2024 season on a high note with a 38-26 win over Overbrook High School. With the win, the team finished at 5-5 overall. The team was led by seniors Dylan McAndrews, Sadi Gant, Gavin Prendergast, and Victor Mira, who all had great seasons. The boys soccer team ended their season with an impressive record of 16-5-1. This included winning the division and making it to the semifinals of the NJSIAA playoffs. The girls soccer team finished with a record of 16-6, also claiming the division championship title after winning 4-3 against Delran and making it to the finals against Seneca. The field hockey team finished with a record of 15-6. They made it to the semifinal round of sectionals. We had 7 girls chosen for all conference teams. Lauren Brown, Olivia Marinelli, and Gabby Passetti were all named for second team. First team honorees were Sophia Flicker, Allie Otis, Ava Smith, and Lila McDermott. The girls tennis team finished their season with a 10-8 record and 5-3 in the BCSL conference. They won the first round of the NJSIAA playoffs, beating Pinelands, but were defeated by Haddonfield in the second round. Seniors Eva Quinn and Carly Marinelli were runner-ups at the BCSL tournament for first doubles. They also earned a second-team BCSL selection for their impressive record this season. The second doubles team of seniors Sadie Berthoff and Grace Gonzalez were defeated by Morristown Friends to win the BCSL tournament. They were also selected for first team BCSL and were selected all South Jersey Group 2. Girls volleyball ended their season with a record of 18-8, making it to the quarterfinal round of the NJSIAA playoffs. Girls cross country finished the dual meet season with a record of 10-1. They finished third at divisionals at Palmyra Nature Cove this past week and are looking forward to the Central Jersey Group 2 sectional meet at Thompson Park. Congrats to sophomore Mia Hartley and junior Jenna Kirsten on their second team BCSL Freedom Division honors. Cinnaminson girls cross country will return all top 7 athletes next year, and we look forward to an even stronger season with more experience racing. In the beginning of November, Jake Wickersham won Group 2 sectionals, and the boys cross country team took 4th place to qualify for the state meet. The team clinched the BCSL Liberty Division title a few days later with Jacob Brandon Smith, Ryan Scacciaratelli, and Edward Abuadaz earning first-team all-conference honors. The Play Unified soccer team ended a fabulous season and had a great time together as teammates and friends. The National Honor Society members hold tutoring sessions every Tuesday from 2:15 to 2:40. Students are able to get any academic help they need. NHS induction will take place on November 26, 2024 at 7 p.m. in the auditorium for current and new members. Last month, Interact made 191 sandwiches that were delivered to Cathedral Kitchen in Camden. On Friday, November 22nd, they are taking 10 Interact members to Urban Promise in Camden to make Thanksgiving dinner bags and distribute turkeys for those in need in the community. On Tuesday, November 26th, they're having a Jeans Day as a fundraiser for Interact officer scholarships. The cost is $5. Finally, on November 12th, members of the Morristown Rotary came to CHS to have an induction of our 3 Interact officers and give them some background on what it means to be a part of the Rotary Club. DECA is doing a fundraiser game to support the American Cancer Society. The Students vs. Staff basketball game will happen on November 21st at 6 p.m. The admission is $5 at the door, which will be donated. Congratulations to the CHS Marching Band. In the beginning of November, they took 2nd place and high percussion at Atlantic Coast Championships, and most recently secured the TOB Group 1A New Jersey State Championship. On Tuesday, November 26th, Student Council will host a new student breakfast for new and transfer students to the high school. Also, they are donating 4 frozen turkeys toward the Jane Willenbeck Fund. Thank you.
Alex, thank you for providing a report of activities and events at the high school. Next, we ask Noah Bundy to provide a report from the middle school.
Good evening to all of you. The Student of the Month core value for October was respect. Our October Students of the Month were 6th grader Mackenzie McCormick, 7th grader Aubrey Camiso, and 8th grader Luke Feely. The Faculty Member of the Month was Mrs. Krisha Daribi, one of our ESPs. Congratulations to you all. The Student of the Month core value for November is integrity. Staff members are encouraging students to make honest choices, stand up for what's right, and treat others with respect. October was a busy month. During the first week of October, our middle school students participated in the Week of Respect, a week full of activities geared towards building character and preventing bullying. Students completed an activity highlighting important themes such as the power of individual action, hope and optimism, and responsibility and compassion. On Monday, October 21st, our 6 elected student council representatives participated in Youth and Government Day. During the day, students will visit the Cinnaminson Municipal Building and Police Department. The students took a tour and learned about the function and role of each department in the building. The students ran the Township Council meeting at 6:30 p.m. on the 21st. Red Ribbon Week was held the last week of October. The students participated in activities supporting drug abuse awareness as well as a dress-up theme for each day. This year's theme for Red Ribbon Week was Life is a Movie, Film Drug-Free. Each year, the Stop Club and Student Council team up to make this initiative more meaningful by combining Red Ribbon Week and Spirit Week. Our 7th and 8th grade Harvest Dance took place on October 18th. We had almost 400 students in attendance. We also held a bowling event on October 7th for our 6th grade students after school. They had a great time. The Unity Club partnered with Foster Love to donate and assembled 50 sweet cases for local children entering the foster care system. Unity Club collected monetary and physical donations to reach their goals. You will see the students at upcoming sporting events collecting donations as well. Once the fundraiser closes, Unity Club will meet and assemble sweet cases, which will include a duffel bag filled with essential items for the child. They raised over $1,500 for this worthwhile cause. Athletic teams and the Unity Club worked together to assemble the bags. The 8th grade members of the Unity Club attended the 9/11 Museum in New York City on Thursday, November 14th. Take a Veteran to School Day celebration was held on Friday, November 1st. CMS students were encouraged to invite a family member or a friend who is a veteran or an active member of the military. We had breakfast in the cafeteria for our guests, followed by the Veterans Recognition Program, which included speeches from 2 of our 8th grade students, Chase Mueller and Luke Feely, Mrs. Laura Locke, CMS special education teacher and U.S. Navy veteran, musical performances, presentation of colors, and a rifle salute by the visiting VFW members. About 50 veterans attended the breakfast and ceremony. We are proud to announce that 8th graders Sarah Casey, Gabriella Chowsek, Vincent Iannuzzi, and 7th grader Chib Okoli have been accepted into the All South Jersey Junior High Chorus this year. The coming month is very busy for the chorus as they will be performing at the CMS Winter Concert on December 18th, and the Band and Strings Concert will be held on December 10th. A successful fall sports season of cross-country, field hockey, and soccer has come to a close at CMS. Our student athletes have made their coaches very proud with their efforts during this fall season, and we look forward to more success in the upcoming winter season. Thank you, and I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving with their families.
Noah, thank you for providing a report of activities and events at the middle school. Evan Bavona, will you please introduce tonight's presentations?
We will now hear a presentation of the biannual SSDS report from Mr. Capello.
While he's preparing that, just want to say to all the parents out there, it's the only time tonight that I get a microphone, so I insisted on doing it over here so I got a chance to address all of you. And just thank you for those of you that are parents, guardians, related at all to these young individuals up here. This may be the best group that we've ever had come over to Memorial. They were so inquisitive. They asked all the right questions, and they're doing a fantastic job tonight. So we'll hold our applause for them at the end, but just thank you for the job you're doing with them because they've been fantastic. I do apologize that this does project a little small. This is in the agenda. It is online. If you'd like to follow along in board docs, you can see. I do promise this portion of the presentation will be short. However, I don't want to just glance over it, as this is very important information that I am reporting. As a public school district in the state of New Jersey, we are tasked with reporting our student safety data system reports biannually. So what I'm reporting this evening are the official results of reporting period 2 from the 23-24 school year. Reporting period 2 runs from February through the end of the school year. And every year when I do this, we always report on our numbers, and then we juxtapose them against the reporting period the previous year and also the reporting period previous, reporting period 1 and reporting period 2 together. Again, I do apologize that this is small, but I want to get this information out there and remind you that it is available in the board agenda as well. So what we're concentrating on this evening, and the Department of Education kind of changed the way that they present the results from last year. Across the top is reporting period 1. That was reported mid-year last year. What we're concentrating on this evening is reporting period 2. That's that middle chunk there in the middle of my screen. I'll kind of put my mouse over it so you can see. So what we are tasked with reporting are all incidents of violence, vandalism, substance abuse, weapons, HIB, harassment, intimidation, and bullying, confirmed cases, alleged cases, and then other incidents that wind up with removal from the classroom. So that could be suspensions both in school and out of school. That would be the result of something other than the delineated items here. So that said, reporting period 2 from last year, I don't want to read all of the numbers, but you can see if you compare 2 versus 1, a slight downtick in the high school in incident totals from 20 to 12. In the middle school, a slight uptick from 21 to 25, and that's been consistent with years past. For whatever reason, the second reporting period, particularly when you get into May, June, some of the incidents tend to tick up. New Albany, 1 incident to report, and at the Rush School, 5 incidents reporting period 1 versus 6 in reporting period 2. And fortunately, across the board in both reporting periods, our Memorial School, those are our little preschoolers, we successfully have had no incidents to report, so knock on wood that will continue. If you look at some of the summary totals, 44 incidents in reporting period 2 versus 44 in year 1. So if you look at the whole 23-24 school year, that total on the bottom, 91 reportable incidents to the Department of Education. Our numbers have consistently trended in the down direction in the years following COVID. I do want to note, though, that some of the reasons that these incidents are here, and you may look at some neighboring data, our principals are in the room, and they can affirm this. If an incident happens, it is reported, and it is reflected on here. We don't do ourselves any good sweeping incidents under the rug or not reporting them. We have to own our data. That's the only way we can inform our administration in order to do anything about some of the data that we have. That said, any incidents of violence is too many. However, reporting 44 total incidents overall is still a number that is relatively low when you look at data comparatively statewide. I am going to share another document with you, if I can figure this out. All right. How can I make that full screen? Actually, that's pretty good. We can figure that out. Okay, again, I do apologize. This is somewhat smaller, but it's a graphical representation that I think is just as telling as report period 2, actually slightly more telling. Report period 2 of the 23-24 school year versus that same report period the year prior. So if you look down, you can see there is a total tick up of 44 incidents versus 35. Lots of things can lead to this. I will note that as our data has trended down over the last 15 years, we are one of 2 districts in Burlington County that has had growth in every year in the last 10 years, and I believe we are the only district that has had student growth in every year of the last 15 years. It's just to sprinkle some context onto there. We have more students may have an end result of more incidents. So 44 in reporting period 2, 23-24 versus 35 the year prior. Incidents of violence, that was 21 versus 16, so a slight uptick there. 2 vandalism versus 6 the year prior, so that is a decrease. Under substance, 10 incidents in the past year of reporting period 2 versus 7 the prior year, so that is a slight uptick. 1 incident involving a weapon last year in report period 2 versus 1 the previous year. HIBs confirmed some, 10 versus 6, also a slight uptick, and then other incidents that lead to removal, which is a great data point to inform the board and to inform the administration on our students that are removed from the classroom for any reason due to a suspension in school or out of school. And then that HIB alleged is a consistent number. So this data is available on the board agenda. And do any board members, back row board members, have any questions about the information that's reported? And I'll be back again after the end of the school year for reporting period, mid-school year for reporting period 1 that's happening right now. All right, thank you. Oh, I apologize. There was one slide that I did. Bear with me for one more second. As kind of an annex piece of data to this, we also are tasked with reporting the number of trainings and programs that we offer district-wide for harassment, intimidation, and bullying. This list is generated out of Dr. Goulburn's office. He is the HIB coordinator for the district. And so if you look at here, I tried to put a summary on the bottom left there to just show the number of totals 2023, again, 2 school years ago versus last year. So last year there were 38 total trainings district-wide versus 23 the year prior. So that's a pretty significant uptick. And then number of programs was 44 versus 52 the year prior, which is about 8 fewer than the previous year. These trainings and programs are also a part of what equals our district's HIB grades, which Dr. Goulburn also reports on annually. So back row board members, any questions about the trainings that we offer? Thanks for remembering, wisdom. Say that again. Your mic was off.
Thank you, Mr. Capella. The board would now like to honor the Cinnaminson High School marching band.
Okay, at that point, I'd like to introduce or welcome Mr. Goulburn. On stand, off stand. Off stand.
Off stand it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to recognize the Cinnaminson High School Marching Band as the Tournament of Bands state champion for the 24-25 season. Under the direction of Dr. DeSalvio, with the assistance of Mr. Buchanan, Mr. Ferraro, Ms. Stokes, Ms. Beard, Mr. Solomon, and Mr. Carl, and the leadership of the drum major, Robert Jacob, this year's band secured 3 first-place tournament finishes. They were recognized with awards for high music and high percussion. In fact, the percussion section was undefeated in competition this season. Ultimately, they finished 2nd out of 20 bands in the East Coast Regional Competition at Hershey Park. Please join me in one more round of applause for the Cinnaminson High School Marching Band. Based on their success, they've been promoted to the open competition class for the 25-26 season, and I cannot wait to see where they go from here. I'm incredibly proud of their accomplishments, and I invite you to join this brief presentation capturing the year presented by band members. I think.
She lives for motivation. She comes round and she goes
Please welcome Dr. DeSalvio and the band members to the podium where Mrs. Fitzwater and Mr. Capella will recognize them. Come on up, guys. And the members of the band who are here this evening.
They told me a second ago, do you want to say a couple words? And I'm so good at improvising, speaking on the spot. It's been a really awesome season. It's been my, how many marching band members does it take to actually make a line? Come on, y'all. We'll work on that. But no, it's been an amazing season. It's my third year up with the group, and how far they've come over the past couple of years has been really astounding, and it's a testament to how much they work. If you drive by the high school during the fall, most days you're going to see some marching band folk there, and they've just been excellent, right? And so, we get this. I have this unique opportunity that I've been able to know most of these kids since they were here, and I've gotten to be able to see them coming off a long way, and I'm very proud of what they did this season and what they've done for the years I've known them. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
If I can, for one sec, before Dr. DeSalvio walks away, I want to brag on Dr. DeSalvio a little bit. About 3 years ago, he expressed an interest in moving from the middle school to come up to the high school, and he knew that with the high school gig came the marching band, and he was very enthusiastic at the time to take on this challenge. If you knew the band 3 years ago, they were an excellent top-class band 3 years ago. What we were looking for at the time, though, was a little bit of growth and a little bit of branching out and building, and I know even this group here tonight is not representative of the full size of the band, but what was the ultimate marching unit this year?
36.
36. The band nearly doubled in 3 years, and a lot of that I attribute to Dr. DeSalvio and his recruiting kids as early as 7th grade to come be a part of the band. So take notes up here. We'd love to have you as a part of the band. It is a real source of pride for the district. Whoever put the video together, I know a lot of it was Mr. Caesar's photographs. The Caesar family definitely has their fingerprints on it, but I find it apropos that you chose a song that was popular my senior year of high school. When I was in the marching band, and I got to have lunch with these guys last week, and one of the things I tried to share with them, what a great activity marching band is, and the camaraderie that you have, and the skills that you'll learn in marching band get to stay with you your whole life. Watching that recap in that short couple of minutes, so amazing all the things they were able to accomplish, right down to, I remember being on the sideline of the football game, asking Dr. DeSalvio, what are they twirling? What is that shape? He said, oh, we just bent our poles, and now we have new cool shaped poles, and that's just to show an example of some of the creativity and the creative mindset that goes along with the marching band. So congratulations to all of you. I hope all of our underclassmen, you will be back next year. Show of hands, any seniors up here? I know a couple of them. To all of you seniors, I hope that this is not the end of your musical journey and you find a way to stay connected to music in your future. And on behalf of the Board of Education, Mrs. Fitzwater, and all of the members up here, congratulations on a wonderful season. We're really proud of you. Can we take one quick group picture somehow in here? You get on this side over here.
Look, this thing
Come on, keep coming. Keep coming. Come on, keep coming.
Podium just doesn't quite yet.
There you go. Nice job, man. That only took a little while.
Thank you, members of the band, for coming out. No one will be upset. I'm sure you have lots of homework to get to this evening. Of course, you are invited to stay, but we will not be offended if you slip out the back. And Mrs. Fitzwater, I did forget to ask you, could we please have a motion to accept the SSDS report?
Sure. Mrs. Iacone, can I have a motion to approve Section 7 presentation, item A?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Kenny. Comments or questions? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Mr. Meeker?
Aye.
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 Aye, motion approved.
Hang on for 1 second. I'm going to get out of here.
Has any member of the board received correspondence that they wish to share?
Let me ask something. Any members of the board have correspondence they wish to share? No. I do have one. We received a letter from Little Long Ears Miniature Donkey Rescue as a thank you for a donation that we made, actually in Mr. Meeker's mother's name. And I've shared that via email with the board. You're up.
We will now hear a curriculum committee report from Lukey Kulik.
The Curriculum and Student Activities Committees met virtually on November 12th. Committee members reviewed a proposal from Cinnaminson High School about a trip to France in April 2026 during spring break. The committee also had primarily discussions on school calendar options for the 2025-2026 school year. And the committee members reviewed professional development and field trip requests appearing on tonight's agenda. That concludes tonight's curriculum report.
Thank you, Mr. Kulik. We will now hear a facilities transportation report from Raina Feely.
The Facilities and Transportation Committee meeting took place on Tuesday, October 29th, 2024, at 9 a.m. via Google Meet. Mrs. Livingood gave an update on current facility projects. The lease agreement for the Child Study Team Annex has been board approved, and the O&M staff have been working on renovations. The approximate completion date is December 13th. The New Albany School and Eleanor Rush School will each be getting a new learning cottage. Delivery is projected to take place during the week of November 11th. The O&M staff will then begin to complete all electrical and plumbing work. During a storm in August, the concrete steps in the high school football stadium collapsed. Mrs. Livingood has been working with insurance adjusters and engineers to obtain drawings and plans to remove the existing stairway. Lastly, Mr. Capello discussed possible options to expand the district's square footage via referendum. Mr. Capello reported to the board that the district-appointed architect, Garrison Architects, would be on site October 30th to complete a facilities walkthrough and needs assessment. The results of this walkthrough would be shared with the committee and ultimately the full board to help inform a decision for potential bond referendum. The next meeting of the Facilities and Transportation Committee has not been scheduled at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Feely. Are there any members of the community wishing to speak on action items appearing on this agenda? If so, please stand and give your name and address.
I need to stop. Mr. Evans, can I have a motion to approve the committee report, Section 9, Item A?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Topps. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Mr. Meeker?
Aye.
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 Aye, motion approved. Yep. All right, so members of the public are reminded that comments should be limited to items appearing on the meeting's agenda. There will be another opportunity during this meeting to comment on non-agenda items. Do you have anyone who wants to speak? Okay.
We will now review the superintendent's certificated staff personnel recommendations. Juliana Della Penna, may we please have the report?
Thank you, Mr. Quigley. Board members have received a copy of the personnel recommendations with their agenda. The personnel recommendations are as follows. 11A, appointments/reappointments, 1 through 4. 11B, transfers 1 and 2. 11C, resignations/retirements, 1. 11D, leaves of absence, 1 through 4. 11E, teaching overloads, none. 11F, advancements on salary guide, none. 11G, extra duty appointments, 1 through 7. 11H, mentor teachers, none. 11I, student teachers, 1 through 3. 11J, substitute teachers/non-certified/volunteers, 1 through 3. 11K, tutors, 1 and 2. Mr. Quigley, I would ask for a motion to approve the personnel recommendations.
Thank you, Ms. Della Penna. Evan Bavona, may I have a motion to accept the superintendent's recommendations?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Bavona. Ben Campbell, may I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. Are there any questions in regard to the motion? Hearing none, members of the board, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Ms. Fleistein, can I have a motion to approve Section 11 personnel, certified, non-certified, items A through K?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Iacone. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Ms. Topps?
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion approved. Okay, fine.
We will now review the Director of Curriculum and Instruction's recommendations. Mr. Kulik, may we please have your report?
Thank you, Mr. Quigley. Board members have received a copy of curriculum and instruction recommendations with their agenda. The recommendations are follows as 12A, professional development 1, 12B, field trips 1 and 2, 12C, instruction materials none, 12D, curriculum none, 12E, HIB report 1, 12F, suspension report 1 and 2, 12G, annual nursing service plans 1. Mr. Quigley, I would ask for a motion to approve the curriculum and instruction recommendations.
Thank you, Mr. Kulik. Gavin Lane, may I have a motion to accept the Director of Curriculum and Instruction's recommendations?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Lane. Ben Campbell, may I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. Are there any questions in regard to the motion? Hearing none, members of the board, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Meeker, can I have a motion to approve Section 12, curriculum and instruction, items A through G?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Fleistein. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Ms. Topps?
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion approved.
We will now review the Director of Special Services recommendations regarding special education. Gavin Lane, may we please have your report?
Thank you, Mr. Quigley. Board members have received a copy of the special education recommendations with their agenda. The recommendations are as follows. 13A, contracts none. 13B, student placements 1 and 2. 13C, consultant agreements 1 and 2. Mr. Quigley, I would ask for a motion to approve the special education recommendations.
Thank you, Mr. Lane. Juliana Della Penna, may I have a motion to accept the superintendent's recommendations regarding special education?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Della Penna. Sonita Sun, may I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Sun. Are there any questions in regard to the motion? Hearing none, members of the board, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Ms. Topps, can I have a motion to approve Section 13, special education, items A through C? So moved. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Evans. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Mr. Meeker?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved.
There are no policy and regulations. Next, we will have the report of the board secretary/business administrator recommendations. Mr. Campbell, will you please provide your report?
Thank you, Mr. Quigley. I would like to request a motion to approve the following items. 15A, grants 1 and 2. 15B, finance 1 through 7. 15C, operations 1 and 2. 15D, contracts 1 through 3.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. Sonita Sun, may I have a motion to approve the recommendations of the Board Secretary/Business Administrator?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Sun. Evan Bavona, may I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Bavona. Are there any questions in regard to the motion? Hearing none, members of the board, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Kenny, can I have a motion to approve business and finance items A through D?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Evans. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Mr. Meeker?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved.
Is there any other old or new business for the board? We will now recognize members of the public who wish to address the board. If you wish to speak, please stand and give your name and address.
Members of the public are reminded that if they wish to speak when called upon, participants should state their first and last name and address. In accordance with Cinnaminson Board of Education Bylaw 0164.6, comments will be limited to a maximum of 4 minutes per person, and the comment period will not exceed 30 minutes.
Excuse me. Good evening. I'm Ashley Neild. I live at 1012 Highland Avenue. I'm the president of the Cinnaminson CPAG. Since the last Board of Education meeting, the Cinnaminson CPAG has held our quarterly systemic change meeting with Mr. Capello for the 24-25 school year. We had a collaborative working meeting where feedback was shared with Mr. Capello from district special education parents regarding concerns in special education. We identified key areas of need, and follow-up has been identified. We were happy to introduce our new board member to Mr. Capello, Amanda, during our meeting and expanding our outreach to special education communities at the other end of the spectrum. So far this school year, we have had 2 open house events, co-hosted a training on executive functioning, hosted our own training on transition planning, and hosted a private parent meeting for Cinnaminson families. Our next presentation is one that we are very excited about. We are pleased to host the Executive Director of NJCIE, or the New Jersey Coalition for Inclusive Education, at our December 3rd CPAG meeting. This meeting will be held from 6 to 8 p.m. on Zoom. She will be presenting on the topic of creating inclusive public schools. This presentation is open to the public. The Zoom link is posted on our Facebook and Instagram pages and will be sent out through the district communications to parents. We're looking forward to continuing to share information with parents on special education topics and with the community. Thank you very much.
Any other members of the public who'd like to address the board at this time?
Good evening, Board of Education members. I'm just going to follow up with what Ashley said. My name's Amanda Werb. I live at 9 Ascot Drive in Cinnaminson. My husband, Mike, and I moved here a few years ago with our 2 children, Logan and Emily, and we were drawn here by the district's reputation and to be closer to my husband's work. Our son, Logan, is a first grader at New Albany Elementary School, and I'm here to just advocate for a gifted IEP for him. Logan is an exceptional kid. He's energetic, curious, and incredibly bright. He taught himself to read when he was 3, was doing multiplication and division by age 4, and he already knows the presidents, the states, capitals, and countries around the world. Along with his love of learning, Logan faces challenges, and this summer he was diagnosed with ADHD, something we long suspected but were relieved to confirm. To support Logan's abilities, we've worked closely with his incredible teachers. In kindergarten, he joined second grade for reading, and this year he joined second grade for math, but he needs more consistent, structured, and challenging support to reach his potential. He often comes home citing boredom from school. NJ Law recognizes that gifted students need tailored educational modification to thrive, and NJ DOE offers guidelines based on standards for the National Association for Gifted Children. Despite these resources, when we requested a gifted IEP for Logan, we were told it's not available in our district. This year, I joined the CPAG board because I believe Logan and other gifted students deserve the same structured support as students with other needs. An individualized approach could help him grow, manage his ADHD, and stay engaged in learning. Logan has a remarkable capacity and love for learning, and with the right support, I know he could thrive academically and personally. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to working together to expand special education to include children of all abilities like Logan.
Thank you.
Any other members of the public who'd like to address the board at this time?
We will now have comments from board members. Ms. Della Penna, will you please share board comments?
Thank you, Mr. Quigley. Congratulations to all the fall sports teams at the high school and middle school. Congratulations to junior Jake Wickersham for his outstanding performance on last weekend's cross-country meet of champions. Congratulations to Dr. DeSilvio and the marching band for a spectacular season. Thank you. Thank you to Matt Catania, owner of Jersey Mike's Cinnaminson location, and his amazing staff for their continued support of Cinnaminson schools. Thanks to the CMS students who represented us tonight. You did a great job. Best wishes. Happy belated birthday to board member John Meeker. The next regularly scheduled meeting is December 17th, 2024 at 7 p.m. right here in the middle school cafeteria. More information can be found on the district website.
Thank you, Ms. Della Penna. There will not be an executive session of the board. Board members and community are reminded that the next regular meeting of board is scheduled for Tuesday, December 17th, 2024, with the regular business meeting beginning at 7 p.m. in the middle school cafeteria. Juliana Della Penna, may I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Della Penna. Gavin Lane, may I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Lane. I request a roll call vote. Juliana Della Penna.
Aye.
Evan Bavona.
Aye.
Gavin Lane.
Aye.
Ben Campbell.
Aye.
Noah Bundy.
Aye.
Sonita Sun.
Aye.
Raina Feely.
Aye.
Kai Quigley. Aye.
Mr. Bromhall, can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Evans. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hit that gavel. Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you for attending this Board of Education meeting for the Youth in Board Service Day.